All right, gents, today I'm going to give you a no BS review over the game called Redfall that just came out yesterday. Now, there's a lot of talk about the game before it even came out. A lot of people were saying it was going to be horrible, it was going to be the worst game of the year, all sorts of things like that. But it being a Bethesda game, I decided to roll the dice and, dude, I regret it. I regret it. That's right, Bethesda might as well have just stolen the money straight out of my pocket. But let's cut to the chase. Let's go ahead and start talking about the visuals of the game. For me personally, when I first started playing, I actually enjoyed the visual aspect. It was like a little cartoony, but also a little bit serious. It kind of reminded me a lot of Infamous. I'm not sure if you guys remember that game about the guy who had like the electric powers back in, what was that, 2010, 2009, something like that. I'm sure most of my audience wasn't even born by then, which is really sad. Pretty much all of the cutscenes were animated still shots. It had pretty decent lighting, it had a good mood, a good atmosphere, and honestly, it looked like it had the potential to be a really well story-driven game at first. Even the graphics behind the guns appealing in a fun yet dark cartoony way was a really enjoyable aspect. I will say though that you need to understand before touching this game that if you're looking for any sort of heebie-jeebies or scary aspects, this isn't the game for you. Now, moving to audio, the audio was super simple. I didn't have any issues with it. As a matter of fact, I actually liked several aspects. I thought it was above average compared to other games that are out, especially in the sense of the soundtrack. If this game were to have been done right, I could have probably floated through it for hours just because of the soundtrack. It was very soothing and it met the scenes perfectly. There was one aspect I really just didn't care for though. When I had my first encounter out in the open world of this game with the vampire, it gave me dialogue that I thought was pretty well put together. It was dark, it was mysterious. They were talking about like cutting my face off and feeding it to its kids. I mean, I don't know, something like that.
I'll just...
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was kind of creepy. Not in like a, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be jump scared way, but it like added to the atmosphere. The issue is the game does that for like every single zombie. The voice lines I feel like are repeated. If they're not repeated, they're very, very similar. It's like, it's almost like a, hey, there's a zombie up ahead, just so you know, like be ready for it. We're gonna talk to you super creepily. But I mean, it just really turned me off. It made me feel like the game was just a rinse and repeat, do these side quests type thing. You know, like all these aspects, audio, dude, audio is so important to me in a game. Like if you can give me a game where the characters have individual dialogues and you feel like each encounter is new and refreshing because of that, like that makes the world of a difference. But if you're just going to copy and paste all these dialogues and like even have like similar dialogues amongst characters, I mean, look at the characters, dude. I'm getting ahead of myself. But they have clone vampire characters throughout the game. Like, it's not like, oh, you came across a citizen who became a vampire. No, you came across Timmy. Oh, wait, well, here's Timmy again. Oh, wait, here's Timmy. Why are there so many Timmys in here? You know, like, that's the thing. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. Story, though. Let's move on to story. It's trash. So, yeah, I'm just gonna straight up tell you right now, it's trash. Not one time did I feel emotionally invested in my character or the friends I made along the way in the story. Pretty early on, you save a group of people in, I think it was in the fire station. Yeah, you save them inside the fire station. They were like locked up. They all come out and it's like, hey, thanks for saving us. Which reminds me about audio again, like right after that scene, I go around and I like try to talk to some of the people and all they go is, Are you gonna say anything? Well, that's awkward. Like that's literally, that's all they do. Because, like, the game is like, oh, you have to talk to someone first before you can interact with these people. Like, that's... Dude, it's 2023. Come on now. If there's one word in the entire human language that could possibly describe the story of this game, it would be gray. Like, gray can be cool. It can have, like, its moments. I feel like it was a safe choice. You know, like that's what this whole game feels like, a safe choice. You know, they slapped all this stuff together and said, this is playable. Someone could probably play this for like 8 hours. They might not finish it, but they'll play it for 8 hours, probably, hopefully. You know, like, I don't know. It's like safe enough for someone to spend their money on, but not actually good quality. Anyway, so as far as combat goes, now this is something that was advertised so much. It was supposed to feel unique. It was supposed to, I don't know. It made it look a lot cooler than it was, which I should have anticipated, honestly, because like most games do that anyway. But the basic idea is, one, the AI is trash. They run around like they're elementary school kids with guns, basically. They're kind of clueless. They have no sense of perception at all. And I was playing on like normal difficulty. I feel, and I could be wrong. I don't really want to spend the time to figure it out. But I feel like if I were to try it on a harder difficulty, it would probably just be that the bots have better aim. Because their aim was kind of trash. Their aim was super trash. But that's not like the real beef that I have with it. But like all of these encounters, they felt like this is just a distraction from the main story, you know, to like lead me off in like some random direction. And there's no story aspect to it. There's no like side quest I can get from it. It's just a straight up like, hey, here's 50 people in this city just standing there. They might walk past you and not even recognize you. But I want to say the two biggest issues I have with the combat is it had so much potential too, which is what drives me insane. The vampires, the basic way you kill a vampire is you shoot them a whole bunch of times and they grow weak and they start glowing from their chest and you stab them in the chest with a stake. That's it. You can't kill them with normal bullets, right? Like the first few times you do this, it's awesome. Like the first few times you're like, oh man, dude, this game is like, I feel something with this. This is kind of cool. When you do it like the 7th or 8th time, you're kind of like, oh, bro. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of mid, you know? I wish that, I wish there would be more finishers. I think if you could chop the head off a vampire or something like that, because you can burn them too. That is one other way, you can burn them. I wish you could have more creative ways to burn them, like chop their heads off, stab them in the chest with something else. Man, I mean, there's just so many ways you could go about killing a vampire. The other aspect, kind of like what I talked about though, that annoyed the crap out of me was that the vampires they weren't unique. They weren't unique to each other at all. They had clones of the same vampires all throughout it. Like they had like types of vampires, and all the types had the exact same look. And that was annoying as crap. I don't want to stab Nitro Luke in the chest like for the 10th time, dude. Like it's really just annoying. Now, all this being said, honestly, I probably would have rated this game initially, like after like 5 hours of playing it, like a 7 out of 10. Like I would play it to relax. I would play it to like if I'm super bored and I'm tired of getting killed by Preds and Apex pubs lobbies. Like I would play it. Like it's not the worst game in the world. But the thing that killed this game for me, that brought it down to like a 5.5 out of 10, was the price. Like you might as well have just stolen money straight out of my pocket, Bethesda. Like it's not a $70 game. It's not. I would say like at most, like I bet you in like 2 weeks this game is gonna drop to like $20, because if not, it should. It is not worth it. I mean, it looks like I have myself to blame. let's just say that the $50 overprice point on this game felt like a spit in the face. Anyway, that's a review of this game. If you enjoyed this content, go and sub to the channel, leave a like, and hey, I do live streams. So come hang out with me. I do it right here on YouTube. Right here. So sub to me. Bye. Love you. Bye. Do good, be good.